What's up, everybody? As I was heading out to film today's video, I got a package. Whoa. Not gonna tell you what it's for, but stay tuned. This is probably gonna be one of my most favorite mods that I'm gonna do to the 335. I've never done this before in any of my cars, so really excited this came in. Should be at least 2 weeks to get it all fully put together, but ooh, you guys aren't ready for this. Ooh, looking good on this cloudy day. Let's start this thing up. She's been sitting all day long and I want to drive. But we are going to discuss numbers today. We're gonna talk about a couple things, like how much I paid for this car and do I think it's worth the price that I paid for it? So let's hop into today's video. You guys ready for this crazy cold start? Probably should put the key in. Let's try this again. We need an exhaust. We need an exhaust ASAP. It has catless downpipes, but it's so quiet, you can hardly hear it. If you guys remember, the M4 was crazy loud. So we gotta fix that soon. I want to talk about how much I paid for my 335. I know a lot of you guys are curious. I mean, when I watch other YouTube channels, I find this stuff interesting as well. So I thought I'd just break down how much I paid for it. Okay, so most 335s on the market go from, depending on their condition and shape, 8 to 12,000. Those are mainly stock ones. Now this one is fully modified. It has all the cosmetic modifications done. It's fully bolt-on and it's tastefully done. It's not clapped out like tons of 335s on the market. And not only that, this 335 has immaculate maintenance. Whether it's detailing and keeping the paint and the interior super clean, or regular maintenance on the engine and everything else, this car has been fully serviced and well taken care of its entire life. And it's currently sitting at 91,000 miles, which is kind of steep for this platform. A lot of people, start to get a little worried at that mileage with the N54s, but I was confident enough to buy this one simply because this car was maintained by reputable N54 mechanics, and the previous owner was a reputable guy in the car community, especially with how much attention and love he showed towards this car through Instagram and taking it out to car shows and whatnot. I was already familiar with this car before I bought it. So I actually wasn't planning on buying a 335. As a lot of you know, the goal was a E92 M3. Absolutely fell in love with those cars after being around them. After I took a little break off of YouTube, I was able to check out like my friend Brian. He bought one and put a crazy exhaust on it and the downshifts were insane. So honestly, I didn't feel too comfortable buying an E92 M3. I couldn't find one for the right price. So I came across this 335, which I was not planning on buying a 335. I did not want an N54. Like, I love the platform, but I just wasn't in the market for one. But as soon as this one came up for sale, I went and shot the seller a message and told him I will look at it today. Looked at the car in person. I've already seen the car before, and first time driving it, first time really getting up and close to it. I gave the seller a cash deposit and told him to take it off the market because I'll take it. Now this is how much I paid for this car. The total price was $16,700. That sounds pretty expensive for a used 335 with almost 100,000 miles on it, but there are plenty of factors to back up why that price is well justified. Like I was mentioning earlier in the video, guys, this car could not have been any cleaner. I really do think out of all the 335s that were on the market at this time, right now, this month, this was the cleanest one out of all of them. There was not another 335 that was as clean and as well maintained as this one. So that's why I was like, man, this car is gonna sell fast. And when I mean this car had over 100 saves on Facebook Marketplace within like the first 1 to 2 days of it being for sale. I'll put a picture up here. You can like see from the actual listing, there were tons of people that wanted this car, and I wanted it, and so that's why I put a cash deposit down while I waited to get the rest of the funds. So crazy thing is, the seller was telling all the interested buyers that somebody put it on hold, and people were offering him more than asking price. People, I think they were asking like 17.5, you know, more than what he was asking. But the seller was super kind enough because he knew about me and my YouTube channel. He wanted it to go to somebody who was going to continue making content on it. He wanted somebody that he knew was going to take care of it. And I have nothing but to continue this car's legacy. I mean, this car was pretty well known on Instagram. So I feel honored that I am able to take off where he left off with the build and continue taking care of it, whether it's through its maintenance and continuing finding new mods to put on the car, which I've already got a couple done already, and I've got some big ones planned within the next few months. So the amount of money that's been put in this car like completely adds up to the asking price. Normally mods do not add value, but I simply believe that in this car, because of the mods that are done to it and because of the quality of the mods, they're not cheap like a lot of parts and modifications are for this platform. It completely justified the price that I paid for it, and I don't think I'm gonna lose too much money on this car if the day comes that I want to sell it. As of right now, I want to keep this thing and drive the hell out of it. And to put it in another perspective, I paid close to $45,000 for my M4 back in 2020. So after paying for an M4 was that price range, hopping into a car that's under 20 grand feels way easier to own. Like, I'm not stressed. Like, it's affordable. Like, I can and this is not to brag or anything, but I am comfortable owning a car like this, and that price tag was not an issue. The last few months I worked hard. I grinded at my new job. I got promotions, pay raises, everything's going well with work, and I was able to get into a couple of side hustles that really helped make this car purchase possible. So I really appreciate all of you guys that believed in me and saw faith in me and encouraged me when I was at my lowest, which a lot of you guys are aware I was at a very low point a couple of months ago, hence why I had to sell the M4 and a lot of things happened. So the fact that I am able to be where I am today in such a clean BMW and continue making content and continue building it, and just going back to the message, just go drive. Like, automotive therapy, cars are a source of therapy to me and many of you guys as well. So I am just so excited that I picked up this car, and I'm curious what you guys think. Like, is the price I paid, is that a lot? Like, am I crazy for it? Or do you agree with me? Or do you think this car could have been worth more? I don't know. I think I hit the sweet spot with this car, and I am perfectly fine with where I'm at with how much I've paid for it. Now, that is going to wrap up this video. I don't know if this is a long video or not. I'll figure out once I edit the video, but hopefully, guys, this was fascinating for you guys to kind of sit back and just hear how much this car, you know, cost me. I am making, I don't know if it's going to be my next video, but one of the next uploads, I'm going to discuss how much money I've made being a small automotive YouTuber. Honestly, I find that stuff interesting when I watch other YouTube channels, so I thought it would be a good idea for me to break down a video, not to brag, not to do anything, but to educate and share people who want to become a content creator on how much you really make. So I will be explaining exactly the date to dollar, since my first dollar made on YouTube all the way to today, how much I've made. Also, my little hacks and tricks that I've able to make more money on YouTube, other than just relying on YouTube. So there are, so that should be an interesting video, guys. So I hope you guys are excited to hear that kind of stuff as well. I really want to inspire a lot of you guys through entrepreneurship and cars, and motivate you guys, because it motivates me, like learning how to do this and documenting it and sharing it with you guys. So yeah, we're gonna get more into finances and cars, and exactly like how we all, you guys watching this video, myself, how we can all hustle and buy our dream cars and not be a slave at work, because that is the worst, being a slave at work. So we're gonna really, you know, get to work on this channel and have a lot of fun and Please, all of you guys that have been subscribing, stay tuned. I promise I won't disappoint. Thank you for all the love that you guys have been showing on my recent uploads. That's all I have for today. I'm going to get some cinematic shots of the car. Peace out. See you in the next video.